Okay, and I'm live, and I am regretting doing this on Wayland for the first time, because apparently my little notepad that I have that I can use to switch my screens does not work because of how shortcuts and such are handled in Wayland. So yeah, because of that, I will probably switch everything back to X11 for now. Like this is kind of annoying. Also, another small thing, I often have the chat sounds here. I need to use Firefox because else I cannot have it in one big window. So yeah, Godot is also having issues, which is not surprising. So yeah, what are the issues this time? Unsupported key map format announced from the Wayland compositor. So yeah, every single time when I want to change my screen, I will have to go to this window to update everything. I think I can also run it under X11, but kind of defeats the point of using Wayland. Anyway, let's quickly go in here. Some time ago, I made a little live stream game. Let's put the volume on off, in which you say the coordinates and you color the pixel. You get assigned a team and you have to try to make your color the biggest color on screen. Very simple concept. And for this, I made a program that reads YouTube chat. Now, there is a way that you can like do this officially through their own system. The only issue is the limitations are so high that if you have somewhat of an active chat or a game like I made, it's not possible. Because, yeah, the limitations are basically so low that I will be able to run the game for like 30 minutes, 1 hour, and I will be out of like chat messages that I can get access to. So, what do? We basically try to get all the message requests, like all the messages, through another way, which is not recommended, but it works. Basically, what we do is we kind of hook into the system that receives the messages to show in your own chat. So we have this chat window, by example, like in here, it's this one. And we basically hook into this whole system. And that's what we will be working on today. I already made it, but I want to make a better version so I can also put it into the Godot code snippets bundle. Normally there should be a link to that bundle in the description. It's an itch.io bundle. The price increases the more that gets added to it. And it's just a way to kind of help me financially. People on Ko-fi who support me on Ko-fi get it for free. And basically, I make videos on how I make the software. So yeah, also this is going to be very annoying having to go to OBS to switch this thing the whole time. And I hope the audio volume is high enough. Let's have a quick look. Is it Twitch? Oh, I should be live on Twitch, but I'm not. Ah, no, I am. Okay. Okay, am I live on YouTube? Normally I should be. Oh. Yep, I am. Okay. 3 viewers on YouTube and how many on Twitch? 0. That's a new one. Oh well. Anyway, let's show my screen and let's get started. So I got this little test project here. It's a blank project. The only thing that I've done is add a control node, add a script, and that's about it. I will need to create a new script, but I'll do that from here. So let's create a new script and let's call it YouTube chat. I think that will be enough, or let's call it live chat.gd. Let's create that. Let's quickly open in here. So we have the .uid, but it does not. Wait. Normally it should have. Oh well, doesn't really matter. So we create a class name, YouTube live chat. And I don't think we need to extend this from anything. What we do need is a var id, which is going to be a string. We leave this empty and we create a func it's been some time since I used GD script because I've been mainly busy with Zig. We need to set this ID, so live chat ID, it's a string, and ID equals live chat ID. So if I go to my control script now, func ready, auto completion is not working at all. Oh, okay, now this folder is here, but why is auto completion not working? That's kind of odd. Okay, let's go to let's try from here. Maybe. Okay, now it seems to be working. Am I connected? Yes, connection is taken. Okay, so let's call this live chat ID, which is going to be a string. And we can easily get this if we go to our live chats. Normally, this should be the ID. So now we need to create a new YouTube chat. Let's call this YouTube live chat. It is a YouTube live chat instance, and then ready, we just do YouTube live chat equals the new, and of course we need to, oh, wait, why is this not? Okay, I don't know what's wrong with my PC today, but oh well. And let's set this to the YouTube live chat ID. Okay, and this is basically all we need to do to create the instance. However, we still have a lot of work to do. Boom, 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 boom. So we initialize it, and then we need to create a server. I have some nodes that I will look at every now and then from my previous attempts. Okay. So let's create a signal here. And let's a signal. We call it message received. We have the user, which will be a string, and the message, which is of course also going to be a string. And then we can go to our control again. Func on message received. Again, user string message string void, and we just print user and message. So every single time I receive a message, it will be printing. So message received, we connect to on message received. I think that's all that we need to do, but normally we will need to YouTube. Oh no, we need to add a child, because like we need to add the YouTube live chat as a child, because else we won't be able to use the, I think it's the networking stuff. So YouTube live chat dot, let's just call it start. We extend this from control so that one error is gone. And we create a start function. Okay. I think that's all we need to do for that part. So now it's basically going to be all inside of the YouTube live chat. And whilst working on this, if you type in the chat, normally it should appear inside of my prints here when the project is running. So let's see how well that works. So we do need a user agent because we will connect to the normal like flow of the data. So we need to make YouTube think that we're a web browser. Am I saying my screen? Yep. So we need to make YouTube think that we're a web browser. For that, we create a const user agent. This is a string. Also, funny thing, if you use Linux, some websites will block you. And if you just change the user agent to something else, say that, like, lie that you're using Windows, and suddenly it works. Okay, so I'm just copying this part because this is just a copy pasting. Okay, and I should probably have like put this on my PC instead of trying to copy this all over. Apple Web Kits 5337. Gecko. Okay, we're almost there. 115.0.0.0. Safari 537.36. Okay, and this is all that we need normally. Okay, so we probably also need a state. So for that we will need an enum. And for state we have idle, fetching, and polling. Of course, we need to create a variable to store this state in. Okay. And we will also always need to make certain that it's that the state is set correctly. Okay. Next up, we need the HTTP request. So var HTTP requests. And this is a node. I think it's because of this that we need to have it added to the scene, else it does not work. And for this, I think we can just do HTTP request.new. And then in its I think in it we can also just do it. So add child HTTP requests. And we need to connect this function from HTTP request. So if we go into HTTP requests, we can see how you should do it. So you add child HTTP request, and then you do a request completed. So let's go out of here. Let's paste this. Let's probably paste it here. I don't usually do this whole self thing, so let's just do this. Does this commit any data? Yes. So we have the results. Let's just copy everything. Voila. So you have all of this. And we won't need everything. So it's just like, if you do a request, what do we need to do with the data that we get from the request? So we send a request like, okay, are there any new messages in the YouTube chat? Yes, no, we'll get the data back. So how do we handle that data? The whole Twitch thing is kind of confusing me. It keeps changing, making me think that there's a message here. Okay, on HTTP request completed. Let's see. I do think normally we don't need the header, so let's remove this. We do need body because that will have the actual data. We also don't need the results. That's like if you have a 404 because of the page not found, by example. We don't really need access to that. Normally, we should not get 404. No, it's response codes. Okay, wait, what was the response? It's not important for this. We don't need the result data. And talking about that, let's just shorten that. Then response code, we need that. If response code is not equals to 200, then an error occurred. Okay, I will have to look at my kids there too. There's something going on downstairs. And my kid stopped fighting. Okay, back to coding. Okay, so response code, if it's not 200, 200 is normally like successful, if I remember correctly. So, So what we can do is just print an error. So just an error occurred, we were not able to get the data. Then, wait, we should normally just return, but before we return, we need to have a way of like knowing if we're getting data or not. So var is polling. So if we're polling for data, bool, let's set this to false. Or this is true by default. No. Okay, so if is polling. We need a poll timer as well. It's just a normal timer equals. I think we can just do timer.new. I don't think this needs to be. No, this also needs to be added. So let's just have like a whole section here of where we add stuff. So poll timer. Do we need anything else? I remember that we also I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Okay. Let's first add some of the other stuff that I have in here, so we don't need to go too much back and forth. So the other things that I have are var API key string. I will make a better video. Like I want to remake this once before I make the actual video. And I thought from whilst I'm doing it, then the kids are kind of acting nicely today. How about doing a live stream? So yeah. We need the client version. And the continuation token. All of them are strings. We could also actually like have a error, but I'll leave the errors for later. Like normally we should not run into too many issues. Fingers crossed. Let's add the notes together. Hey, Lewis Fitness. I'm making an application. Well, I'm making an application. I'm making a way to get YouTube live chat messages inside of Godot. So far, it's just looking at my previous code. I did make a game before, YouTube live chat game, so people could like. Do I still have the thing open? Nope. Oh well. I'm from somewhere in Europe, Belgium. My accent is unique. I had people like say that they thought I was from New Zealand, which I don't believe at all because I don't think, like, I don't even know the accent 100%, but yeah. That's like the strangest thing that people said about my accent that is from like New Zealand. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. So if polling, first we need to prepare the timer. So let's prepare the timer. Poll timer dot one shot. We basically always need to do a one shot thing. You'll see more later why. If the timer runs out, we need to get the messages. So poll timer. Well, then we can like try to get the message again. If you try to get the YouTube chat messages too quickly in a row, YouTube will block you because they want you to use their own API, which is kind of expensive if you want to use it for something useful. So yeah. So my kids, just as I go live, then they start being noisy. Okay, and we just do poll messages. Func poll messages, void. And I think that's it. So if it's polling, then we need to reset the timer. Pum, 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 pum. Let's see. I kind of lost where I am. Okay, so we start time. We do need to set the timer in a certain way. Like again, we cannot set it too much at once. So poll time. Let's set this to a float equals 5.0. You can go as low as per 3 seconds, but then you're kind of pushing the boundaries of what YouTube would allow. So yeah, let's not try to like do that. So poll timer dot start, and then we just do poll time. We don't need this pass anymore, and this is basically all we need for that. Because we return, but we don't even need to return. I can just do an elif statement here, because now we need to check if, first of all, we got an error occurred. So what am I building? I'm building a way to get YouTube live chat messages, like your message right now, inside of Godot, so people can make games. And if they do live streams on YouTube, they can get the data from the people, their chat messages, to have an influence on the game itself. I used it for a small game, and I should probably just get that, like go to that game kinda. So content, live. So this is a game I made with this code. Like right now, I'm just trying to rework the code to have it cleaner and also refresh my notes about it a little bit. So basically, you type a. Can I just do all chat messages? Basically, you type the coordinates and it colors the pixel. That's basically what this game was. Was a fun game. I kind of want to do it again, but with a little bit of a smaller grid because we did not have enough time in 2 hours to fill this entire thing. But yeah, that's basically what we try to make. Let's see. I am on Valent right now, and it's kind of annoying because I cannot choose my custom-made stream deck. So I have to keep going here if I want to switch the screen. Because Valent, oh. First thing I'll do when I finish the stream is go back to X11. At least that's stable. And you know that everything will work. Oh well, anyway, so elif, we need to check the state. If the state is, let's go over to states. We have our fetching and polling. So if state is equals to state.polling, we need to handle chats, vertical constant and use of it. YouTube has an API that you can use, but the thing is the limits are so high, so low that for that kind of a game like I made, you would only be able to do it for like 30 minutes a day because you would reach the limits of the amount of messages you can receive, like the amount of requests to get all the messages. And else you need to start paying, and the moment that you need to start paying, it's directly going to cost you quite a bit because YouTube. So basically what we do is we have this chat window, and basically we have that chat window kind of inside of Godot, and we just poll every now and then to get all the data from the messages. For example, very cool concept and use of it, damn, hi. Every 5 seconds it will poll to get all the messages and put it inside of Godot. And hi, by the way. So, whoops. We need to handle the chat messages. So func void pass. Inside of handle chat messages, normally we should get data, which is a string. So, and that is basically body, but we need to get get string from UTF-8 because not all text is the same. Okay, and now there's fetching. We need to handle that state as well. If we're fetching for data, then we... Okay, I hear so many kid noises right now, and it's slightly distracting me. So, extract initial data. This will mainly be used... why Godot though? Because it's what I've been using, and I've slowly been like using more Zig and just make everything from scratch, but Godot is easy enough to use. And also, if I go into a new tab, I use Godot quite a lot, especially because I'm making a video editor with Godot, and this is my video editor. It works. It works surprisingly well, and I keep amazing myself at how much I actually was able to like get done already. Like I can actually use this. I use this for all my videos so far. It's been a great journey, and Godot makes it possible. It makes it easy to get all the features that I want and to create the modules later on to extend the video editor. So why Godot? It works. And just for my own sanity, I will change the order of this. Okay. And this is everything I need to do. So extract initial data. To extract initial data, with that, we basically need to get the API key and such, and all the data that will allow us to keep requesting new messages. But let's do that later. First, starts a video editor with Godot. That's it's possible. Yeah, so basically, the reason why I made a video editor is because I use Linux, and the only kind of usable one that I found was Kdenlive, but the thing is, they focus way too much on features, new shiny things, and they kind of abandon stability and usability because it's getting so clogged up with new features that it becomes kind of annoying to use. Compared to my own video editor, because then it will stay simple. Like, if you need more features, you can add them yourself with modules. Like, it's as simple as you want it to be or as complicated as you want it to be. That is going to be Gozen. It's almost in a beta stage. It's still missing a couple of features that I really want in the core of the video editor. So it's not it's not near complete yet. It will, well, by the end of this year, normally I should have the first full version out, but it will take time, and I will need to check on my kids because they're fighting again. And I'm back. Okay, but yeah, anyway, making video editor seemed like the most useful way to spend my time because I wanted to get it more into making YouTube videos, and again, using Linux, there was no proper alternative to like do video editing compared to Adobe. I'm not used to having stairs. Running up and down stairs the entire time because my kids are fighting again. No, I think they're playing now. That's not crying from... Let's say they're playing. Anyway, yeah. So when we start, what do we need to do? When we start the chat, we need to set is polling to true. So we know that we're trying to get messages. We set the states to fetching. And we do need the URL. So var URL. Oh, I think I should probably... Yeah, let's create a new const URL. This is a string because we need a default address to like, well, basically we need the location of the chat. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be www.youtube.com live chat, and then we need to add the ID. So we add this. I did say this as well, let's leave it as ID. So so HTTP requests dot we need to request the URL. We need to add the ID to this thing. And we need a packed string array, and we add a user agent to trick YouTube in saying that we actually use a browser to look at the data and not our own software. Because that's how fun they can be. Invalid index type string for... Okay. What are you doing, bro? I'm making a way to get YouTube live chat messages inside of Godot. So people can create games, and when live streamers play those games, they can have the chat interactions, like do something inside of the game. So yeah, a nice thing for game dev creators. Also nice thing to make games like this game that we made. You can basically add the coordinates and you color that specific pixel on this field. So yeah, it's an easy little thing. Well, easy. Okay, we have our start function. We should also have a stop function just in case that people want to, like, well, the developer wants to stop it. I'm just in awe about... Oh wait, should I should probably well, let's just do this. Like, it's fully open source, so if you want to check out my video editor at some point, like, oh, voila. Also shared in here. It's been a 3-year-long journey so far, the video editor, and I'm glad we're finally, like, I'm almost done with making it stable enough, having all the features inside of it, that we can do a public beta. Well, it's already kind of public alpha testing, but we can call it beta at that moment. And then it's just a matter of adding all the languages and fixing the last couple of bugs, seeing if I missed any features or not. And then it's basically released. And once it's released, it's a fully stable video editor that people can use, people with video editing knowledge and people without video editing knowledge. And because it's made in Godot, people will be able to very easily create modules to extend their video editing experience with. By example, this screen, my Ko-fi supporter screen. Oh, it's not working now. Oh, crap. Oh, whoops. No. Okay, normally what should happen is that my support screen goes open, but it does not work because valence. So normally, like, this is a kind of video thing that I put in the data, like the CSV files that I get from Ko-fi, and my video editor would automatically generate this screen in the way that I want. I can change background colors and such. So that will be my Ko-fi module that I will also make available for free, so people can also try it out, adjust it, make their own version of it. So people can create videos a lot more easily. It really needs to be simple that people like my wife who don't really know technology can use it, but people who do YouTube videos and such, they can easily create nice videos with it in the style that they want to, and basically make the video editor grow with them through modules. Okay. And basically, I'm a singer from Nepal. I want to collab with another country boy. So can you do sing or rap? I don't think you would want to hear me sing. Like, I've been to karaoke a couple of times, but each time we were pushed out because I was disturbing the other people. No, I cannot sing at all. It's not something I will try. Yeah. So if you want to stop, we need to set is polling to false, and the state is state.idle. We put it back to idle, so people can stop and start it again. Yeah, it's going to be easy like that. And poll timer, and we stop the timer. Normally, if it calls stop, it does not do the timeout signal, which we have here, which will try to poll the messages, which is important. Next up, we also need to, if we're still trying to get data from the messages, like we still have an HTTP request which got sent, we need to cancel that. So if HTTP request dot get HTTP client status, like if you look at this, it will give an integer. I don't think it gives much more information than that, but it will give an integer on the status if it's, I think it's 0. Oh wait, normally HTTP requests, no, client status disconnected. So if it's not disconnected, if like the status, if it's still like connected to a URL, by example, then we can basically cancel the request. So HTTP request dot cancel request. And that's our stop function. Now we need to get the initial data, like the API key, client version, continuation token, so we can keep continuing to send the same requests to the service of YouTube to get the new data. So inside of, I think poll messages, I should probably no, we should probably do this. We should probably do this first. So, okay, so first of all, if we're if it's not is polling, then we just return because there's nothing to do. We should not be polling messages. That can happen when we stopped or when we are still initializing. Yeah, I built an end-to-end encrypted messaging app, and I need to do alpha testing, but I don't have testers, so I'm thinking of abandoning it altogether. Getting testers is difficult. Right now, I'm lucky that I have around 270 people on the Discord server, and 3,000 people on the like subscribers. So finding people who test it and even contribute, it's getting easier. The more I'm working on this, the easier it gets. Like, I did not know we have 411 stars already on GitHub and 36 forks. I don't know how much they do in those forks. I think those are probably just people forking it and not doing anything with it. Yep, appears like that. Oh well. Also, there are releases. The last release is from 28th April, May, June. Yeah, from some time ago. I had a very busy month last month. I moved to this house. That's why it's like construction zone behind me. Yeah. Pum 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 pum. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and sing. La 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 la. We do need an other URL, and I'll just whoops. I just call this a poll URL. It's almost the same, but it's more to get access to the API. So this is YouTube v1 live chats. Get a live, like, the reason why a lot of people don't really want to use this is because this system can change at any moment. And when it changes, you have to update this entire system. Yeah. That's kind of the annoying parts of this, doing it this way, but I'm not going to pay YouTube for something that Twitch is offering for free and in a much better way. The thing is, we poll messages, but we actually, this thing that we did, this poll URL, we need to add the API key to that, and we have not had gotten the API key. So what I'm thinking we should do is, let's put this one a bit higher, because it's what needs to happen first. So let's first extract this data. For this, we will need to use regex. Uh-oh. Why is auto-completion not working? I managed to crash Godot. Okay, I think that... Oh, whoops. I think that's probably just yet another bug with Godot. Using it on Wayland. Okay. Are we connected? Is my... Nope. So... Okay, and now we are connected again. Yep. Regex. So that's we need to create a new regex. And now we need to do a lot of stuff, because this data is basically HTML data. We need to find the inner API key from this. So we do regex compile, because we need to compile the commands before we can use them. Like, you want to find a certain string, like a certain combination of characters in a piece of text. We need to compile that command, and then regex can use it to find that string and get the data that we desire. So the key that we need is So we need double slashes to get one slash. We need another slash so we can include this one, the double quotes. Then we search for inner tube API key. Oops, 1, 2, 3. Then we have another double quotes. Yeah, like I asked everyone I know and barely got 5 people to agree for testing, but only one of them was showed up. And this is just a side project while I'm doing an internship, so I felt like wasting. Well, you can always join the Discord server and ask if people want to try it out. Like, I do have a a self-promotion section on the thing on the Discord server, and there's also Godot stuff thing, so you can share it in there if you want to. Pum, 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 pum. It is sometimes difficult to find people to test stuff. I'm also working on a Japanese studying application, and I've been kind of struggling to find people as well. Oi, 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 oi. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Double quotes again. I should really have typed this out somewhere. Wait, why is this invalid escape in string? Okay, this is going to be fun. 3 plus... I should have copied this on my PC. Why did I put it on my phone instead? Okay, I have 1 escape too many. Oh. 3, 3, 3. You know what I'll do? I'll quickly copy this. And I'll put this in the chats. Voila, problem solved. Yeah, my concept of the app is invite only, so not everyone can get into the app. Ah, okay. Say hi. Ah, hi. Pum, 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 pum. So let's quickly share it inside of here. So, tam, pam, pam. Voila, problem solved. And yes, my personal account is a moderator in the chat as well. Ah, of course. Okay, and we do. Oh, I just heard something fall downstairs. What are my kids up to? Should I A, check it out? B, hope that they're fine? C, ignore it? It's your choice. My kids always manage to like make me worried no matter like what I'm trying to do. Like, I cannot spend 5 seconds without them doing bad stuff. Okay, and I should probably also copy the other stuff already, because there's more than that string that I need. Copy. Voila. Let's paste it in here. And there it is. Nani? Okay. So my kids just shouted. Apparently something happened. And that's why I normally try to stream when they're sleeping, but the problem is, one kid is 4 years old, the other one is 1.5, and that means... Oh, sleeping becomes unnecessary for them. Okay, I better go. Okay, let's play a game. Why did my kid call me this time? A, he got hurt. B, the other kid got hurt. C, they wanted water. Or D, they saw a snail outside of the window. Dun, 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 dun. D, they saw a snail outside of the window. And that was so important for me to quickly go there to check it out. A snail. Like, my kids, I don't know how they managed to, like... Oh well, they're having fun. They can kind of amuse themselves. It's snails apparently, so... Yep, D. Okay, and now we need to match API. Normally there should... Normally the first result that we get is going to be the API keys. So I can do API key is equals to regex dot search, and we get the first result. So subject, the first result that we get will be the result that we need. And for that we get the string. No, wait. No. We need to search the HTML and we get the first string from the results. And now we do the exact same thing, but this time for the client version. And we do this again, but this time for the continuation token. And just as a quick sanity check, API key, client version, continuation token. Voila. So if I do this now, normally we should get these tokens. So yep, here they are. So we can close this. This is working. I feel like I have spent way too much time on the messaging app concept, like 2 years at this point, and I want to get into game development. Tell me about it. That's how I started. I started making a video editor to make game dev related videos, and I'm still making software instead of actual games. Like that video editor, I honestly thought it would be like, oh, maybe 1 year work, with a little bit of effort, maybe I can finish in 10 months. 3 years later. Things will always take more time than you expect. Periods. Like, you will never be able to, like... Yeah, there will always be something. There will always be something coming up. You really need to set boundaries for yourself. Like, this is how far I'm willing to take this, and then I'll do this. Periods. Like, I'm finally starting to work on a game, but instead of again, like, I finally have a little bit of extra time that I can spend on game development. I could choose Godot, which has all the building blocks that I need to make the game. But instead, I want to make a series on how game engines work for this channel. So I'm making a game engine in Zig. It's a very simple one, to show people how game engines work under the hood, like the low-level code. But because of that, now I started making the game that I want to make inside of my own engine. You see where this is going? Like, I want to make games, but the software side of things and the low-level side of things is what I'm really after, like what I'm really interested in. Sometimes it's probably a better thing to like not fight that. Like, if you feel more like making software, focus on that. Okay, so now we need to check if the API key, if that is empty. If it's empty, then something went wrong. Or if the continuation token is empty, something went wrong, and then we return, but we should set is polling to false, and we should print error. Fail to extract initial data. Voila. Now we can make this like return actual error codes, but that's going to be something for later. And that's probably something that I will do for the video version of this that will be more structured than this live stream, or for the version that will be available in the Godot code snippets bundle. I have a concept for a game that's set in medieval time, and I want to make a hack and slash. So which game engine should I go with? If you I find that such a strange question, because honestly, with any game engine, you can achieve almost the exact same thing. And as long as you don't work in a big team, it really does not matter which game engine you use the one that you find the most comfortable to use. That's as simple as it is. Like, I could have made my video editor inside of Unity probably, or even in Unreal, but I found for what I needed the open source part of Godot, so I can adjust stuff in the code by myself, like in the engine, because having access to different video formats, it's not a built-in thing inside of game engines. So I needed that open source part, and that's the main reason why I went for Godot. But what you need for your game, if it's just a hack and slash game and you don't need even if you need high performance, like I was able to get very good performance from my video editor inside of Godot. Like, my video editor renders videos faster than all the other video editors right now on available on Linux, except for DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is still a lot, well, not a lot. Like, I have not tested it recently, but I was very close to having the same render time as DaVinci Resolve at some point. So you really don't need much. My kids start at it again. I'll be right back. And guess what the noise was about this time? A. The Snell came back. B. They just have a shouting competition. Dun 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 dun. Both. The Snell came back, making my youngest kid shout, making my oldest kid shout, and I started having competition. I don't know how they keep coming up with those kind of things. Yeah, not gonna lie, it is still baffling that you are making software with a game engine. I mean, technically games are software too, so I guess you are just making a different kind of games. It's... did the Snail shout too? Maybe. By the way, hey, welcome. The thing is, with a game engine, it uses OpenGL, which is just a way to render stuff on screen. Like, even this thing that I'm using here to write the code, it is written with OpenGL. Like, this is basically an OpenGL thing. So it does not really, like, a game engine, it's just more focused to have like a game loop. But a lot of software nowadays also has a loop going on. So in a way, a game engine is not really like an actual, like, specifically for game kind of program. Like, I even use Unreal Engine to make my first Japanese studying applications, for example. A lot of software is made in game engines. Yeah. Yep. Like, there are quite a couple of examples, but I cannot come up with them, like, on the spot. But there's, like, a whole particle system which is also made with a game engine, or at least, like, a game engine framework. Like, they call them game engines because they have all the features needed to make games, but you can really just make software with it without any issue. And a lot of the times, especially with Godot, making UI is so much easier. Like, UI development is so annoying, and game engines just make it go so smoothly to the point that you don't have to write like an entire library or an entire way to manage different scenes or UI or like pop-ups. It's so much simpler. Like, wait, I'll quickly I'll quickly open my video editor project so you can actually see what's going on. Let's quickly go over that. So there's kind of a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, this is an audio takeover thing. Basically, you have your video, and people like me, we use a separate microphone. Am I still sharing my screen? Whoops. Yeah. So we use a separate microphone, and to easily make the audio from the microphone go onto the video, we can just replace it, and then the video track object that you see in the timeline directly has the correct audio. But yeah, this is one part of the video editor, and if you look at the UI, everything is kind of split into a lot of easy to use parts. So if I go to the main part, oh crap, where did I put that? It's been some time since I think edited. That's the main scene, yeah. So this main scene, when you start up the project, it will check in this script to see like, did you start it, or is there something else happening? Did you start it with commands like to open a project? If it's not, then the startup screen will pop up over it, which is this. To have a kind of like fuzzy background, the editor is still kind of visible. If I go into here, the editor is still kind of visible, but it makes everything kind of like fuzzy. Very easy to do. Try to do that by pure coding in any other UI framework and you will struggle a lot. Those kind of effects. Just creating a scrollable container sometimes is a task, unless you use like IMGUI. I try to use IMGUI. I'm not that big of a fan. I really prefer the way that Godot makes it possible to just drag and drop UI related elements the way that you want it. And especially localization is so easy. Like right now we have Dutch, Japanese, French, I think German as well, and of course English. The other language I should probably remove because they're not really kept up to date anymore. So I'll quickly do that whilst I'm here. Like yeah. In the beginning of the project, a lot of people start contributing languages, even though I was like kind of like, I will change them probably by a lot, so I don't want people to waste their time. Oh well. Yeah. There's a lot going on. I even made my own plugin for handling localization more easily. Screen is facecam. Oh, whoops. No. That's the issue that I've been having a lot. That's like one of the reasons why I have this whole Stream Deck thing. But because I use Wayland, it does not want to. It does not want to. Oh crap. Let's just show it again. So this whole fuzzy background thing, doing that in a normal like UI framework will be kind of challenging. Same for this, same for all the other effects. If I open week 16 of Sigil Minutes, all of this will take a long time to try and do through codes. Yeah, by the way, this is kind of a nice game. It's making puzzles and it works quite well. Like, this is also made a game made in Godot. Yeah. This is kind of like, it's, some parts are complicated. For example, reassigning shortcuts, that's kind of a pain point, and that's one part that I don't 100% like. I wish Godot was a little bit easier in doing that. Like, it requires a lot of manual code on your side to be able to do that. Whilst I feel like they should have a more drag and drop kind of solution for that, but yeah. Yeah, looking at the project, like, being able to just drag and drop all the UI elements, it's so helpful. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen this time. So, for example, this fuzzy background, it's just a panel container with a shader applied to it. A lot of these effects are all shaders. They're not normal shaders, they're compute shaders. Which makes them a lot more fun to work with. Yeah, compute shaders. Honestly, compute shaders are very good if you have like very intensive tasks that require a lot of calculation. So even if you make a game that requires like heavy processing and tons of agents and such, you'll probably be completely fine using something like Godot. Like, honestly, there's not really many reasons to choose one game engine over another, except for personal preference. Choose the game engine that you feel comfortable using, and it takes a bit of learning, and you'll probably be able to make anything that you want in it anyway. A lot of things also have, oh, hey, Menadal. Came around too much since kid is not, yeah, tell me about it. My kids, they keep shouting, Papa, there's a snail. Just a moment ago, they were shouting at each other because the snail had moved. The little kids shout, and the other kids want to make a competition out of it, out of shouting at each other. So yeah, they have not been doing a, yeah. Most VTuber applications are made in Unity. Yeah. I looked into doing the whole VTuber stuff because sometimes it will be easier to just have a virtual character instead of my actual face. But yeah, using Unity only applications, most of the time the Unity developers keep everything Windows specific, even though they can export to Linux just fine. Yeah, I don't know what it is with like Windows developers, but for some reason Linux is always second choice, and I'm starting to think that I should make my software only Linux related. No. I don't know much about game engines. Don't worry, because there is a series coming for you. The series is going to be called Engawa. Engawa is basically, you have, in a Japanese home, sometimes you have like a small kind of like hallway between a room and a garden, where you can sit, have a coffee, have a tea. That's called an Engawa. And the main reason for that name is, let's show my face quickly. You're sitting and you're looking at the outside, which can be the game. It looks all nice and well. And you look at the inside, which can be the engine framework, the codes behind it. So that's why I called it Engawa, because it shows you how you get that result from that part. And that's why I came up with the name Engawa. And so far, it looks like it will be kind of an interesting series. I will start with OpenGL 3.3. Then I will show people how to transfer everything to the latest version and the final version of OpenGL 4.6. That version is, however, only available for Windows and Linux, so macOS users, sorry, but your upper gods decided that 4.6 is too powerful for macOS to handle. But after, so first 3.3, then 4.6. After that, I will move to Vulkan and show how to upgrade everything to Vulkan. So it will kind of be a nice series on like how that whole system works. And the moment I switch everything to Vulkan, then I will go more into details of how to load 3D models and how to do auto-related stuff, how to just keep the engine 2D related, and so on and so on. So it's going to be a kind of long series, but I hope it will be very like enjoyable and to watch and also informative. Let's see how it goes. Right now, the progress that I've made, I can render things on screen in 3.3 and that's about it. I've mainly been learning Zig. It's a very easy language, but it has some quirks that you kind of need to know first before you can actually use the language properly. Also, I have a live stream goal for 2,000 Japanese yen, which is $18 or something, 30 push-ups. I'm glad nobody donated yet because I'm tired from going up and down the stairs so far. 1% battery. Guess it's time to move to my desktop. I don't know why, but my phone doesn't seem to run out of battery anymore. I don't know if my wife is charging it at night or something. Like I have 55% left. Well, I also don't really use my phone that much, but like I don't remember the last time that I charged my phone. Game engine is somewhat of a limiting name to it. It's more of a cross-platform front-end UI UX platform. Yeah, that especially. Like for me, a game engine is just a way to make UI UX and being able to make it cross-platform. Most of the time, making things cross-platform, it's kind of annoying, especially if you use older code. Like for me with my video editor, I use FFmpeg under the hoods. And trying to get that compiled for macOS and, well, I also tried web, Windows and such. It's a pain. Oh, and I should probably move to my screen here. Update, no shouting snail spotted on the way to desktop, lol. I can still hear my kids shouting about the snails that they're moving up and down. Like in our new house, out of the kitchen window, it has like a stone wall. And that stone wall is like when it rains, like it's been raining the entire day. When it rains, there's so many insects crawling over it, snails and everything. And on rainy days, they don't need the television anymore. They just stand in the kitchen against the window. It's been helpful, but the problem is our kitchen is kind of small and they cannot easily fit, like stand next to each other, which makes them argue and fight a lot. So yeah, they fight him because they cannot see snails together. I mean, I have a very big story planned, but realistically speaking, the team is two guys, me and my friend. He's a third artist, and so I'm planning of making a demo based on the story. Yeah. Just use the game engine that you know. If you use Godot, just use Godot. If you use Unity, use Unity. There's really nothing wrong with using either one. And if you feel kind of challenged and like you want to challenge yourself a little bit, use OpenGL. And I better go and check my kids again. Okay, they started to do a tickling fight. No idea why, but oh well. Kids. I have to remember that my numpad thing does not work. Like, I hate Wayland. I hate that I cannot use my short keys, like shortcuts to change OBS. Oh well, I got like 6 months for my game project, so this game engine has a low learning curve for a 3D game. Use Godot. Unity is good to some degree, but learning curve can be quite a lot higher. There are more tutorials for Unity, so if you don't mind, but if you're not 100% confident in programming and such, use Unity, there are more tutorials. Otherwise, use Godot, you'll have a much easier time. Like a much easier time. And if something does not work, it's very easy to get feedback on Reddit or on GitHub itself if you create an issue. Yeah. Honestly, creating games with Godot, well, with any game engine, it's not really too difficult. There are enough things out there. It just requires a little bit of logical thinking, but if you have done some amount of programming before, it's not really going to be that big of a learning curve. Okay, so we have our API key and our continuation token. So now, for the poll URL, okay, so we need to create a new HTTP request. Dot requests. For that, we will need our poll URL, and we need to add our. Wait, did I? Yeah. So basically, if you have %s in a string, doing this percent and then the actual like string, for example, the API key, it replaces that by the API key, the %s. So we have that. Next up, we need headers, and headers, that should be a packed string array. So, but headers, packed string array. Okay, what else do we need? I hate that my short key does not work to see the information anymore. We need a method and request data. I don't, yeah, no, method. I think we need method posts. And we also need a payload, and I think a payload, for the payloads, we need a string. No. No, payload is a dictionary, and we need to convert it to a JSON format. JSON.stringify, and we use the payloads. Okay, and with that, we have almost everything. Now, only the headers. For the headers, of course, we need our user agents to make certain that YouTube thinks that we're a browser and not some software trying to scrape all the messages from a live chat. Oh, wait. Ah, hey, Slander. Wait, did I say hey already? I don't remember. That's been some time. Yeah, and initially I tried Raylib and I made a prototype of a 2.5D player. And later I looked into Godot and it intrigued me for yeah, using something like Raylib. Yeah, I like Raylib, but if you want to work in a team, it can make things a lot more complicated. Oh, so apologizing Japanese style. Sorry about that. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I'm sorry, Slander. Oh, it's been a busy day running up and down stairs. I'm not used to having stairs anymore. I'm sweating a lot right now. I could. No, I can. I will put on the air conditioner because I am really swimming in my own sweat right now. What is this? Pepperonis? How's your project going? I just woke up. Not Ohio. Where was I? Honestly, I started the stream and I honestly thought that I will probably only have like one people hiding in chat the entire time, because the time that I'm streaming, it's not convenient for people in Europe. I know this is a very inconvenient time to stream, but I was going to say in the evening we will go to watch Fireflies, but it's raining a lot. So I think we'll probably cancel those plans. And that was basically the reason why I will not stream in the evening. So, yeah. Wait, Slender, you use Wayland and you also use OBS. How do you make shortcuts work when you're not when OBS is not focused? When OBS is not in focus, because that's really annoying me right now. 11:52 p.m. for me right now. Canada West Coast. You see, Japan time, it's like Living in Japan and trying to do live streaming, it's a pain. You always need to do it at... My kid is crying. He's laughing now. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's a very inconvenient time to do any type of like live streaming or like community interactions, because people are or asleep or they're waking up or they're going to sleep. Okay, and now it's crying, so I'll quickly give them some cookie and hopefully they'll stay quiet. Or maybe they're crying because of snails again, that they disappeared. A. The snails disappeared. B. They found the cookie drawer. C. My kid was stuck on the step because of watching the snails outside of the window. Dun, 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 dun. All of them. My one kid was crying because he found the cookie drawer and he wanted a cookie. The snails also disappeared, and that made my youngest kid want to go off the step. But every single time he climbs on the step, he cannot get off by himself. So anyway, in Hyperland you can pass shortcuts through, so I don't have problems, except for Discord. Shortcuts don't work in Discord. Okay, I'll have to look into it. I use Sway. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so let's write a payload. Let's try to finish this because it's already almost 4 p.m. and my kids expect to eat at 6 p.m. And also my wife should normally get home in an hour, but she always has overwork, so let's see how that journey goes. Okay, so a payload, for people who don't know what that is or does, every single time when you make a request, like, oh, I want that website and I want that data from that website, it needs to first of all send a header to tell you to tell the server who you are, what you are. For example, here we say that we are a browser and we're kind of an application slash JSON. Then we send the payload to request the actual data that we need. This is what we'll do here. So we need the context. We have a client. I will make a more in-depth video about this because I personally find this kind of thing interesting, and I also want I want to make a much better version about for this. We also have the client version, which is the code that we got earlier. Oh, whoops. Then we need to do the continuation. Oh. Am I doing something wrong here? Oh yeah, no, I am. Continuation. Voila, and we pass the continuation token, so we can keep reusing the same payload. At least if I understand how this works correctly. Okay, and this should work. With this, we can pull for the messages, so we can see if we get new messages or not. Okay. Oh, hey Slender, welcome on Twitch. Okay, and then we have everything. So we initialize the whole client thing. Let's just do this here. Oh, voila. So we initialize it. We start the whole running. We can also stop it if you want to. Hey, HTTP request completed. getting the initial data. Extract initial data. I think this should just be like a one-shot thing, kind of thing, but oh well. We poll for new messages. We can also just do this, I guess. If we are polling, okay. And then we just need to handle chat messages. And to handle chat messages, so that, yeah, this is going to be a lot. And this was one of the parts that I really want to like work on correctly for the version that I'll offer through the Godot code snippets bundle. Because there's a lot of extra data that could possibly be helpful, like when people send messages and such, but we don't do that. At least you didn't ignore me and sorry about that. Oh, I feel bad about... I saw your message and I thought I replied already, and then I saw it again. I was like, wait, did I reply? Oh. I'm a bad person. Okay, so I guess we can do this inside of here as well. So let's just create a JSON thing, JSON.new. I don't think we need a new JSON object for that the whole time. So if JSON dot, oh, and let's also just call this HTML. Parse HTML. If that is not okay, then we return an error. Print error. Fail to parse JSON data. Because the data that we get from the body is normally going to be in a JSON format. And we return. We can quickly test this. So if I print HTML and I run this. Okay, people, say something in YouTube chat right now. Let's see. I guess I can also say something myself. So test. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Oh, normally this should work. What did we forget? Oh wait, yeah, no, if it fails, yeah, then we need to return. And else, state equals to state. From that moment on, we're polling for data, and we pull messages, and then the loop will start. Okay, okay. One more time. Let's say something in chat. I don't know what my kids are doing right now, but no. Okay, so we have an error. Error fetching data. Oh. So we did something wrong. Okay, this could be because they updated the system. Let's see what the response code is. 404. So I think there must be a problem with the poll URL that I'm using. Did they change that? YouTube I V1 live chat get okay. Yeah, no, I found it. This should say live chat. Okay. Let's try again. Okay. Was ignored. You ignore. Okay, well, I think I will have to hear this the entire time. I think you froze no, normally it should work now. Voila. So we get a lot of data right now. A lot of this is completely useless. So this whole part, useless. This whole part, useless. Useless, useless, useless. But test. Here we can see under actions, actions at chat item, action item, and so on and so on. And then we have our text. If we go, test. Normally there should be a name. So yeah, add Voidance GameDev journey. This is where we can find the name. We can also even get the URL to the icon. So if you want to use the icon inside of your application. Oh. Oh, voila. I should probably add that. That's kind of a nice thing to add. So icon URL. Yeah, that's actually kind of a nice extra to add. That's something I didn't think of doing at first. So, oh well, yeah. So that's kind of a nice thing. We can also get the width, the height, but that does not really matter. If you get the image from this URL, Godot will be able to tell like, it's 32 by 32 pixel. There is a bigger one. Okay, so it's just this S3264 thing that changes out. And for the rest, I don't think there's any useful data inside of here. Snell attack. Is there any other thing that got sent? This by Blackwater Gator Studio. Advanced GameDev Journey. And that's about it. Okay, so, well, basically only 2 messages got sent. So if I send another one, potato, and we remove this, we should get this data then. Oh wait, yeah, no. Okay, it's not going to be a loop. It's not looping yet because we have not actually like told it to keep looping. So whoops. If oh. Okay, so Okay, we cannot just do normal continuation because we need to copy some data. Like the continuation token keeps changing and we need to update that, I think. Oh well. Let's quickly finish this so I can start cooking. I don't want to, but I have to. So var data is a dictionary. This should be HTML, and we get. Oh, yeah. I should probably run this one more time. So I test. I need to get this data for tests. Give me one message. Give me one message. Was it too late? Okay. Where is my message? Because I kind of need that data. Oh crap. It is possible because I did not do the whole continuation thing and I did not close the thing properly, that YouTube is already kind of like blocking my connection right now. Huh. Okay, that's good call, BGS. Do we also get emote-related data of any kind? Let's see. Because right now I'm not getting. Oh, okay. Now I have some data. So let's see. Tests. Your message was first. So your message was first, but it did not. Okay. Black waters. No, it's all my test. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll copy your smiley. Let's see. Normally I should get. Yeah. Okay. So we get smileys. We get smiley data. So runs emoji. Okay, that's because I just sent an emoji. But okay, so that's possible. So we can get emoji data. And then we also have the shortcuts of how it can be represented. So grinning face, grinning. Okay. So you can get that kind of data, and you can also have the URL to the actual like icon. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so, well, here you go. You can have emoji data. Can you please stop flooding the chat or I'll kick... I'm sorry. I think my kids are slowly reaching the limit of how long they can, like, entertain themselves without me. It's almost non-stop crying that I hear now, but it's more like... because of annoying each other. Okay, for data, we go to, we parse the data, the JSON data, so JSON.get data. Okay, so we get the data. No, normally this should be get data. Yep, okay, that works. So if not data.has continuation contents, because if you look inside of here, continuation content. So if you don't have that, it means that you don't have any chat messages. So if you don't have that, we return and is full. No, it's not because we don't have any messages. It's because we probably got a wrong reply back from the server, meaning that something went wrong. That's why. So we set is polling to false. And print error. Live stream ended or chat disabled, because that's basically the only thing that could go wrong at that point. And then we need to get the actual contents. So far, continuation contents, which is going to be a dictionary, just like all the rest. Because we parsed it as a JSON, which basically gives us all this data that you get here inside of a JSON, like a dictionary format. Data continuation contents. And then for live chat to get the actual chat data instead of continuation contents, we try to get live. Wait, let's just copy this. So we have our live chat continuation stuff. Okay. we use the function get here because if there are no messages, it won't have that part included, I think, normally. So if live chats dot has actions, because if you look in here, the next part where all the chat messages are located are actions. So if we have actions, yeah, then for action, which is dictionary, in well, I don't even think we need to do this. I think we can just do live chat dot I think we can just do this and then pass. I'm shocked what happened to the L and A in front of your variables. I stopped doing that because it like at first it made things more clear, but the bigger the projects became, the longer that the variables became, and the more annoying it was to have those extra parts in front of it. So I stopped doing that. Yeah. Can I ask you for advice on the story writing for the game? If possible, I want to write a light novel because I'm sure I'm not gonna build a full game, so I want to write the whole story as a standalone. Yeah, sure. Ask ahead. Okay. Now it's kind of a annoying little thing. So we have our item. We need to add. Okay, so let's just do var item. It's a dictionary, and to do action, I will take item. Okay, that makes the most amount of sense. And then we need to. Oh yeah. Okay. But the thing is this going to be live chat text message renderer? Do we need anything else in item? I don't think we need. So I think we can just do this. Voila. Oh. Oh, okay, this is going to be annoying. So if item dot is empty, we continue, and else var username. So we have username, we have user, because I think no, we have the simple text, which is out for in GameDev journey. I think there used to be a way to get like the actual name of the channel, but I think they removed that because right now I can also only see @Slender8016, by example. Like how do game devs track their story and format it? To do that kind of stuff is basically kind of like project planning. And the moment that you get into project planning stuff, it becomes kind of complicated of how to keep track of everything. If you have a lot of branching stuff, good luck. Because to my knowledge, there's not really any like easy way to keep track of everything. But if I can give you one piece of advice, try to put everything inside of text documents and don't try too much to put everything into applications and such, because that will make things more complicated. And if you use the application too much, sometimes they will require that you pay to keep using it. So keep everything in text documents. By example, let's quickly do whoops. P-certs, haya JP Kotoba, me. So this is how I plan my software. So this is for my Japanese studying application. That is correct. I think this is not correct. I think I have to increase this by Okay, I need to check on my kids again. Am I sharing my I'm not sharing my screen again. Okay, but I first need to look at my kids. They're fighting again. I don't know about what they were fighting this time, but yeah. Okay, so this is basically how I plan my game. I was short about, and this is kind of like my sales pitch, and I just general information of what I need to take in mind. So I have my amount of words, just as like a guideline on how long each level will take. I need to drink first. Oh, there's stairs. I'm not used to taking stairs. I'm very out of shape. Okay, so, and this is going to be like the state of each word. So we have not seen, seen, then the learning stages, and then from learned, anything higher of that integer value is kind of like the progress. And then basically the entire flow. And this kind of like for your project of how to handle the different branching, because you can learn a word, get it correct. But what happens if it's wrong? What happens if a word is not seen yet and it first needs to be seen before you can learn it? If you have learned it and you make a mistake, what happens then? Back to the beginning, or do we just reduce the progress a little bit? That is kind of an important thing to like take in mind. And even doing it in a text document like this, it is possible. The most of your way of keeping track of everything will be through code itself. But for the story, for example, try to use text documents. I type everything in kind of like a markdown format, and then you can have scene 1. Oh. And then blah blah blah, blah blah blah, and then you can have option. So you do option 1, blah blah blah, and then you set to what scene it should go next. Then you have your option 2, and option 2 goes to scene 2, for example, and so on and so on. And then you just create the new scenes here. If I can manage it. And then you can, for example, say from, okay, so blah blah blah. And this scene does not have any options. And then at the end, you just say, it goes to scene 4, for example. And voila. And that's basically how you can write out the entire story. And then whilst reading through it, oh wait, am I sharing my screen? Yep. You can just go from place to place. It's not a perfect solution, but honestly, if you were to try and find the perfect application to manage all that data, you will waste your time. Like, you will really waste your time a lot by trying to find the perfect applications. Just as, oh no, I want to make a game, but I need to find a game engine. Okay, let's try Unity, let's try Unreal, let's try Godot. They will all lack in a certain way. Same for Japanese studying applications. Like, I've wasted years trying to find the perfect study application. And yeah, I'm now 10 years into my Japanese language studying journey, and I still have not found a single good application. Same for game engines. Godot is great, but it has issues. Unity, I won't say my opinion about that, but it also have issues. Yeah, you can try your best to try and find like a good application for managing dialogue, but you will fail. Or you will find something that is good, but it has some issues that are making it kind of annoying. Just go with something simple. Don't try to go too much for different applications. If you cannot explain it correctly in like a plain text document, then you cannot expect other people to understand how it works. That's my advice on that. Oh, not a whole do. Step on, make your perfect application. Step 2, forget why you made the application. Are you talking about Gozen right now? Oh, I need to quit my... Oh, whoops. Basically, the way that the whole Gozen journey started is I got a depression at work and I quit my job to start and do YouTube full time and make games. Oh no, I use Linux. There's no good video editor. Well, let's first make a video editor and then I can make games. Now I have a usable video editor and now I'm like, yeah, but how about I make the game engine myself? I wonder what the next excuse will be. Yeah, I use this nice language called Zig, and I got a very nice working game engine. But how about I make my own language? And I feel like that's also where Godot kind of like got kind of scope creep by making their own language. But on the other hand, it's an easy language to use. But on the other hand, they're trying to like add more and more features to it that it becomes a normal language, making it as complicated as any other language. Yeah. Where was I? The advantage of Godot is you can modify and compile it yourself to correct things not working as you expected. Yeah, that's true. And that's a very valid point, and that's also why I use Godot. The only issue with that is if you have open source software, you kind of have to rely that everybody uses the same compiled version that you use to work on that software. If I were to have made GD Gozen inside of the core of Godot and require everybody to compile their own version of Godot to be able to compile Gozen, that would cause way too many friction points and people will just not want to even try Gozen. Or like try to contribute to Gozen. Like how do game devs track their story and format it? Well, like I said, text documents. If you cannot make anything simple inside of a text document, yeah. The thing is also, if it's in a text document and you need to take a break from your project, you come back in like 2 months, 3 months, a year, 2 years, who is to say that the application that you used at that time is still available, or that you will still know how to use that application correctly to be able to keep working on your project again? Text documents are always the way to go. Like, I think I can show this. Search J. So, by example, this is the scripts for my YouTube videos. I have my header block. I have title, temp, status type, tags, major, minor, sponsor, spotlights, game, tip. The major and minor is the major article, that's only one, and minor articles, those are like the smaller ones that I show afterwards. And then my script. Everything is inside of a simple text file, a markdown file. For the simple reason, if I were to use a tool, things might go wrong with that tool and I may lose data. Text files are an easy way to always maintain your data, to never lose your data. Yeah, I tried Unity and I would avoid it. Like, I built a ball game. I used to use Unity. I discovered way too many issues to begin with that program, so I stopped using it. And then a couple of years later, all the drama happened. So, yeah. The only thing Unity taught me was, when I was learning, was that I prefer making 2D games and GUI apps over 3D. Yeah, 2D versus 3D. I'm still wondering what I should do for my game. Like my game, it's going to be kind of multiplayer, kind of not. Like you can play it single player just fine, but I feel like a multiplayer aspect will be kind of nice because you'll basically be able to buy any building in the city, start your own business, or if you don't want to do that, you can just become a merchant or just become an adventurer. Like it sounds like a scope creep game, but it really isn't. But it will also really depend on what style I'll go for. 3D is nice to create more depth to the game. 2D is nice if you want to keep things clear, simple, and keep the aesthetics as you want people to experience it, like to the pixel. Like with 3D, people may change the orientation of their camera and see things that they're not supposed to see, by example, things that are not 100% finished, or they might run into bugs, or like just walking around buildings, the camera that keeps like zooming in out because you're like the camera's hitting buildings. Like you can try to make the buildings transparent, but then you have to deal with like, okay, how do those transparent parts show up if part of it is a building? Yeah. No, wait, oh, is there an API documentation about data's format? Wait, about which data's formats? Like, wait. Does an API documentation exist for what you're doing right now? For this YouTube thing, nothing. It's basically somebody discovered through F11, F12. F12, like how the packets are being sent and such inside of the YouTube live chat. And through that, a little bit of reverse engineering. Normally all data is in JSON, so we just get this, and then it's just trial and error to see how to make things work. There's no official API, and there will never be, because they want you to pay for their API service. The API service has documentation, but it's different from this. So yeah, they just try to make it complicated, and they might change this like every year, every couple of years, just to kind of like avoid people to not have to pay for their API that they're selling. Yeah. So it's just YouTube being YouTube. I'm not good at drawing, but I know how to model, so it is in. Yeah, that's the problem for me. I am terrible at drawing. 3D is something I'm much better at. But I feel like the challenges with 3D can be higher compared to just learning how to make pixel art, how to draw stuff. So it's like, or I learn how to overcome the 3D issues, or I learn and overcome the like my creative side issues. And that's something I'm trying to like juggle, like what should I focus my learning on? Creating good art or creating like solutions to all the problems with 3D related stuff. My kids are being nice right now. I should not have said that. They'll probably start crying again now. Okay, so Okay, so we have user name. It's a string, and from this we need to get the item, author name, and we need to get the simple text. Oh, it's not my kids crying, it's the neighbor's kid. I'm not certain what's like going on in this neighborhood, but there are some challenged people here, I think. Friendly people though. So if there is a message, there is a message. I think I can just do renderer message. So then you get creative, make the model and take a screenshot of the scene or render it into a sprite sheet. Lol. I had a system like that to create pixel art. I would make things in 3D and then I would convert it through a thing that I made in Blender to create nice looking pixel art with the whole like, oh, how's it called? The thing that they use to create like fake lighting on 2D scenes. Oh, how's that called again? Help me, help me, help me. So you have like the kind of like color wheel thing to like say like the sun is coming from this direction or this direction. Oh, how's that called again? Normal map? I forgot. Oh well. Okay, we also want access to the author picture. Var temp URL, it's a string. Oh. Hmm. So we need to get the author picture. And let's get the high quality thumbnail. So we take the second one. Oh wait, no, the second one is one. And we get the URL. So URL. Normal map is related to lighting, yeah. Okay, so it's probably going to be that. Okay, so pum 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 pum. But for the actual message, if you look into message, we have a runs. So we need to get a runs data as well. That can be empty. No, that cannot be empty. Let's say that cannot be empty. But it is an array, so there could be multiple versions, but let's say people only can send one message at a time. Or maybe the emojis are... Oh. Okay, I'll have to look more into that because I think emojis and text get sent separately. I'm a dip now, had a great time here. Thanks for having joined and hopefully like success with your game. Talk in the Discord server if you need any more help with Godot related stuff or game dev in general. I think... Yeah, I think there are multiple things. So there are multiple messages going to be possible. I think the emojis are separate from text, so you will have... that's why runs is an array. So part can be an emoji, part can be text, and it's just... Yeah, well, that makes it a little bit more challenging. You know what I'll do? So this basically gives you most of the information. What I'll do is I'll complete the loop so messages can keep going. So if live chat dot has... I think normally it should always have continuation. So var continuation data. It's a dictionary. It's a live chat. Continuation. Oh wait, did we... Continuation contents? Oh no, we already have that data. Live chat continuation. I think what we need for next data is a dictionary. Let's just see if I can get this working. So I have followed since the beginning. So what is the aim of what you're trying to achieve? Basically, it's trying to get, well, I don't know if you saw this, but I made a game that people can type in chats to like color a thing. Basically, it's a piece of code, it's a script that I'm trying to make. Like, well, I'm trying to improve upon it. Wait, am I showing my screen? Yep. That takes the data from chats and puts it inside of a Godot application. So here you can see the username changed this. So that's basically what I'm trying to do inside of here. I think for now, the emoji data I'll probably leave out. Message runs. I think runs are also just, yeah, it's all dictionary. So it's an array of dictionary. So I won't continue too much more on this. My kids are surprisingly quiet, and if you have kids, that's never a good sign. It's an easy piece of, well, an easy peasy. It's an easy piece of codes normally. It's just a lot of like checking of how their API stuff works and finding solutions to it. Hi, Nande. My kid is calling for me. A, he's hungry. B, there's another snail. C, the little one has fallen asleep. Let's see. And for the people who guessed that the baby fell asleep and the older kid wanted me to see it, you were right. Little one fell asleep and now there's a snail taking the opportunity to crawl. No, the window is not open. Having the window open during rainy weather in Japan, it's like the perfect way to get cockroaches inside of your house. So nope. I also taped the window shut because they would open the window otherwise. Okay, so right now I just want to make the loop actually like work, and that should give enough information already for people who want to like not wait for the full video on how to do this, so they can figure things out by themselves. The way that I test this personally was instead of live streaming, I just start a normally there's like a way to start like a webcam live stream, and that's basically what I did. A webcam live stream, I put it on private, because even with private live streams, you just add the code and, well, not private, unpublished. You can still test it out, so yeah. Oh, whoops, no. Okay, pom. Instead of continuations. So we need this data now. So the invalidation continuation data. I love the naming. The thing is, this can be invalid. I cannot see the thing, but I know, wait, if next, I think it's probably fine. Yeah. So our continuation token, we need to adjust it. This becomes next data, and then normally continuation. This is our new continuation token thing. Oh, voila. So we have that new token, and then our timeouts. So var timeouts in milliseconds int is next data, and the timeouts misses 10,000. So for some reason, it wants us to wait 10 seconds to get the new data. So it's always better to not like change this too much. Because if you were to request data from YouTube too quickly, so now it's every 10 seconds, I put it to every 5 seconds. Because it's kind of a dangerous game that you're starting to play. I think it's probably I say that's way too much. I can probably do get it's every 5 seconds. It also depends on how active your chat is. If your chat is not very active, YouTube will put it on a higher number compared to if your chat is not very active. So if you're polling, we start the timer. Poll timer starts, and then we need to max F. Timeout, ms, we divide this by 1000, so we have the seconds. Or we do poll time. And I think that's probably the easier way to do this. So let's just do this. Oh, voila. Okay, and we're not really using this data yet. So what we can do, let's quickly do message received dot emit. We need our temp URL. We need our user name. How did I put this? So user icon URL, and then the message. And let's see. Normally, if I start this now, it should keep getting message data. So we're at 3 lines now. Normally, there will be our initial thing. Oh crap. Unable to iterate over value null 118. Okay, let's just do this. Let's cross our fingers. Normally, if I type a message now, testing, don't ban me. Okay, it's set on 10 seconds now. Oh, whoops. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. For some reason, it's not working now. We do keep getting the local message is declared but never used in block. Let's start this one more time. It's not working yet. I do think yeah, normally it should print a message. Okay, so something did print. Is it my signal that did not correctly like connect? Let's see. Let's also let's change this to min f. Let's take the lowest possible value, because the timeout that YouTube says 10 seconds is way too long. The first is from our initial data collecting. Okay, so now it's just polling. So the polling system is working. Oh, And we got a message. We got an error. 125. Oh. Okay, so this is apparently empty. Trying to assign. Okay. This should work now. So if you type now, oh, whoops. Never ask to a dev if what she is doing works. By convention, it does not. No, it works, it works. So it works. Voila, it does work, but one part is not working, and I don't know why. Handle chat messages, error, calling from signal, message received. Expected 2 arguments, but called with 3. Oh, wait, yeah, no, okay. That's my fault. I updated this and I did not, yeah. Temp URL, it's a string, voila. And normally, now if I start this again, oh, I have a toenail that's like ripped in half. So if this is the nail, it's like a rip in the middle, and it's painful. And I just was stuck with it under the carpet. Okay, so normally this should work now, so it's a working program. Oh yeah, no, it's a working project program. Message is empty by default. Okay, so no, it is working. It's working. So to get the actual like data from runs, yeah, the thing is with the annoying parts is the emojis. So what I can do is here for run dictionary in message or runs, we can do this. If run.has text, there we do message plus equal run text, and then elif, that's probably just going to be emoji. And for emoji, oh, I lost that part. Oh wait, I can go back to where was I showing Godot? I need the data. Where's the emoji data? Oh crap, no. I lost the emoji data. Ah. No. Okay, it's terrible quality. So emoji shortcuts. And we just get a 0. Voila. So now if you type anything with yeah, normally if you type test, voila. No, oh wait, test with a smiley. How do I type a smiley? Happy poop. Okay. Oh, hey Kai. So now normally now I should have my message appears test. I should probably remove the oi. Okay, so test face fuchsia poop shape. it works. And it actually works better than my first thing, because my first one version did not actually like take in mind emojis. Luckily, I have this one. And we can also get the image of it, so that's also kind of a nice touch. So we should probably also create like a database, so these emojis can get added to a dictionary together with the URL in case people want to use the URL. So that will be a nice touch for after that. Hey Kai, I think I said hey Kai already, but hey Kai, because I tend to, apparently I'm very forgetful today. Sorry, slander. Okay, that's working. It's almost 5 o'clock already. Where did time go? Didn't I say like a moment ago that it's almost 4 o'clock? Oh well, anyway, this has been kind of a nice stream, an active stream. Like, I didn't expect it to be this active. Somebody even asked me to sing, if I can sing or rap. And nobody donated, so I don't have to do any push-ups, because I'm not in a condition that I can do it anymore. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's it. There will be a better video explaining more in detail, and there will be an actual like finished version of this piece of software that I wrote to get you to chat messages inside of Godot. But that will be for later. There is a Japanese language study, well, a Japanese vocab studying application that I'm almost ready to release. So if you want access to that, please join the Discord server. I'm still looking for people to test that one out. It's not for beginners, it's more for advanced users. So yeah, take that in mind. If you want to stay up to date with Godot-related news, of course, there's the, well, not Signal Unlimited, that's on a break for the next couple of months. But there is our Discord server again. We're very active in sharing news there or talking about Godot-related stuff, GameDev-related things, so be certain to join. And then a quick shout to all my coffee supporters. Thank you very much. And some people are donating multiple times. We reached 28 monthly donations, which I did not think we would get this early. Let's show my screen first. So yeah, 28 people are donating to me monthly, and I did not think that I will ever get to this point. Thank you very much to all these people. Like, I really would not be able to keep going without you guys. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good day, good night. Happy Christmas, Merry New Year. It's probably New Year somewhere. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye. And I need to do this.